I've been the head of talent for several organizations, including like national nonprofit organizations that focus on hiring for the foster care system and placing senior executives into the foster care systems to innovate and transform and bring in new ideas and systems for really being able to find some solutions to what we're seeing to our nation's most troubling problems that we see in the crisis that we see around social justice. I've worked for
Mm.
organizations in school districts where I was the head of HR or the head of recruitment and talent. And I saw a lot of the inequities that happen in hiring. I saw in auditing compensation structures and understanding how women of color, how indigenous Latinas, Black women are often paid much less than their white counterparts. They fought at the table to close some of those gaps and realize that even people like us are perpetuating a lot of these racist, anti-Black practices within the workplace. And it wasn't just about, for me and the people who I hope to hire, it's not just about hiring a Latina or
Mhm.
man or somebody who's indigenous, but it's really about because we can also perpetuate white supremacy very much. And it's about hiring somebody who's going to disrupt and is going to do the work to bring more equity to the workplace, bring more justice to the workplace. And so I really sat with, okay, what would it take for me to do that? How have I done that in the past? What has worked? What has not worked? I went out and talked to people who are directors of talent, chief HR directors, right? Like really chief diversity officers and talk to them about what are you seeing? What are some challenges? What would it look like to bring forth a hiring process that honors us? It feels like it is candidate centered. That feels like we got candidates' backs. And that feels also that like we are democratizing the process and thinking about power and disrupting how power and gatekeeping takes place when we hire, especially as a firm, right? That a lot of the role of a firm is gatekeeping, right? We are the first people to talk to candidates. We are the first people to review application, and we have a lot of power in deciding
Mm.
who moves to the next round, who moves, who gets access to that one interview with the CEO, whomever it is. And so really thinking like, how do I disrupt that? How do I disrupt that role with
Mhm.
as a firm?